When I think about the ways God has used this church to impact my life, I think probably the biggest thing is not necessarily a particular ministry or a particular program as much as it is just the people that I've encountered at church here. Especially, I think, just talking to somebody earlier about some of the older people in this church that I've got to know, known many of them for quite a while, and had the privilege of just seeing them invest in me from the time I was a teenager up even through now. I've learned a lot and I continue to learn a lot, and it's been very beneficial. And so it's just really impacted my life, and at the same time encouraged me to try and do that in others as I see that, and at the same time try to give back to them in any little ways that I can.
Since I've been coming here, I really feel like God has grown me through really good teaching. You can see examples in this church. What does somebody's life look like who's completely sold out for Christ? You can see that. You can see what that looks like here. You can see what does an example of a godly husband look like. You know, I can see here. You know, I mean, so it goes just beyond like study type teaching, but there are life examples that I can draw on and that I can go to and ask for advice in life situations, and there are a lot of role models, I would say, here that have helped me grow as a man, as a husband, as a father, and I feel like that teaching and growing and mentoring, in addition to the opportunities that there are to serve here, that's the way that God has worked in my life through this church.
You know, a lot of times people real kind of fakey, phony. I just pray that we will just get real with each other. And Dwight mentioned Roger, which is really a great outreach leader. He really is. But just that if people would just sit down long enough to really talk to each other, not think about what you're going to say while I'm talking, but really talk to each other, listen to each other, really communicate with each other, and fellowship more than just sitting down and eating at church. It means a lot. It means a lot to our neighborhoods when we do that too, because other people see, and that's what we need to be. Jesus. We need to show what Jesus is like outside of in here on Sundays.
Yeah. Well, I think I always trying to grow in God's Word, and through that, partially through the church and through other things, I think God has tried to continue to grow in me the need for relationships, that even I need relationships, that I cannot grow in God apart from that in a lot of ways. And so I think a lot of times I've been held back in my growth by not seeking out and investing in others and letting others invest in me in the same kind of way. And so I think through that, God has really challenged me that I need to do that. I need to invest in other people, build those relationships, and just watch God do things as we share life together.